Top 3 best rice you must eat to support kidney health and help the body clear toxins naturally. Most people never think twice about the rice on their plate. It's familiar, it's comforting, and it's something many seniors have eaten their whole lives. But different types of rice affect the kidneys in very different ways. Some help the body release waste more gently, while others can quietly add extra pressure over time. The difficult part is that you don't feel this right away. There's no pain, no clear signal, just slow changes happening in the background. Right now, about 1 in 7 adults in the United States is living with reduced kidney function, often without knowing it. That means everyday foods like rice matter more than most people realize. In this video, I'll break down the top 3 types of rice that tend to support kidney comfort and natural cleansing, including one common rice many people already have at home, but usually prepare the wrong way. If you care about protecting your kidneys and staying independent, tap like and share this with someone you love. Let's get started. Number 1, white rice. When you've lived more than 60 years, food is never just nutrition on a plate. It's memory, routine, and a quiet part of daily comfort. Yet, so many older adults have been told to feel almost ashamed of white rice, as if a simple bowl on the table suddenly became a mistake after decades of being normal. You open the internet and see loud voices saying white foods are bad, that brown grains are the only responsible choice, and it's easy to wonder if the meals you've trusted your whole life are now working against you. But aging bodies don't follow internet headlines. They follow how you actually feel after breakfast, how your stomach settles in the afternoon, whether your legs feel heavier by evening. At 65 or 70, digestion is softer, slower, and more sensitive than it used to be. And sometimes, the kindest foods are the ones that don't ask the body to fight. White rice can be one of those gentle foods, not because it's perfect, but because it is familiar and easy for many seniors to handle. There is a simple reason behind that. The grain is milled and smooth, and that smoothness means the stomach doesn't need to work so hard to break it down. For someone who already deals with a light appetite, occasional bloating, or that tired feeling after meals, a softer food can feel like a small relief. It offers energy without drama, without the heavy sensation that richer dishes sometimes leave behind. And for an older person, that quiet comfort matters more than any nutrition trend. The kidneys feel that difference too. When meals are easy to digest, the body stays calmer, and calm bodies don't push the kidneys to scramble for balance. Many seniors notice that on lighter eating days, their shoes feel looser in the evening, and their sleep is steadier at night. White rice doesn't perform miracles, but it can remove one tiny weight from a system that has been working faithfully for decades, and those tiny weights add up over time. The way you prepare it makes all the difference. A gentle rinse before cooking keeps the texture light. Cooking the rice a little softer with enough moisture makes it kinder to teeth, to swallowing, and to the whole digestive path. It works best when it sits beside steamed vegetables, a bit of fish or chicken, maybe some fresh herbs, like a quiet background, rather than the loud star of the plate. Meals built that way feel more like care than restriction. Of course, there are habits that can turn a gentle bowl into a burden. Pouring salty sauces over the rice, frying it in heavy oil, or eating large portions late at night can erase the very softness you were hoping for. And living on rice alone leaves the body lonely for color and variety. Balance is not a rule written by doctors. It's simply listening to how your own body answers. For many people over 60, white rice is part of home. It doesn't need to be feared or worshipped, only respected. When it is used with a little attention and paired with nourishing companions, it can still belong on the table, offering warmth, steadiness, and a meal that leaves you feeling cared for rather than corrected. Number 2, Basmati Rice. Basmati rice is widely seen as one of the more balanced choices for older adults who want to keep meals familiar without asking too much from their kidneys. Many people assume that once kidney concerns appear, every type of rice should be pushed aside. That belief often turns the dinner table into a place of worry instead of comfort. However, Basmati rice shows that careful selection can allow a person to enjoy normal foods while still respecting the limits of an aging body. Basmati is a long-grain rice with a naturally light and fluffy texture. It comes in both white and brown forms, yet the white version is usually more suitable when mineral intake needs attention. During milling, much of the potassium and phosphorus in the outer layers is removed. This simple change lowers the amount of minerals the kidneys must handle after each meal. For seniors who already feel tired easily or notice mild swelling, a lighter mineral load can make everyday eating feel less demanding. One of the most talked about qualities of basmati rice is its lower glycemic index compared with many other white rices. Instead of sending glucose into the bloodstream all at once, it releases energy more gradually. That slower rise helps prevent the sharp spikes that can leave a person shaky, sleepy, or suddenly hungry again. Stable blood sugar is especially important for protecting the tiny blood vessels that support kidney function, and for many older adults, this steadiness brings a sense of calm after meals. Basmati rice also tends to digest in a gentle rhythm. People often describe feeling satisfied without the heavy sensation that sometimes follows other starches. When digestion moves smoothly, the body does not need to scramble to correct sudden changes, and the kidneys are spared from extra metabolic stress. Over time, these small daily comforts can influence how energetic a person feels in the afternoon and how well they rest at night. Another practical advantage is that basmati naturally encourages portion control. Its aroma and texture make a modest serving feel complete, which helps limit overall mineral and calorie intake without strict measuring. Seniors who struggle with large plates often find that a smaller bowl of basmati paired with vegetables leaves them comfortable rather than overly full. This fits well with the goal of eating enough to stay strong without pushing the body beyond its current capacity. Proper preparation strengthens these benefits. Rinsing the grains before cooking removes excess surface starch and keeps the rice light. Cooking it in enough water so the texture becomes tender rather than dry allows the stomach to handle the meal with ease. On the other hand, heavy oils, rich sauces, or packaged seasonings can add sodium and turn a gentle dish into a burden. The way the rice is treated in the kitchen matters as much as the grain itself. Basmati works best when it shares the plate with simple companions. Steamed vegetables, boiled greens, and small portions of fish or skinless chicken create a balanced meal without overwhelming the kidneys. Fresh herbs, garlic, or a touch of onion can bring flavor while keeping the food natural. Some seniors choose to mix a little brown basmati with white for added fiber, a choice that can be helpful when done gradually and with attention to how the body responds. It is also worth remembering that no single food carries the whole responsibility for kidney health. Basmati rice does not repair damage or replace medical guidance. Its role is more modest but meaningful, to provide reliable energy and comfort so that daily meals remain pleasant rather than stressful. When eating feels normal, people are more likely to maintain the habits that truly support long-term well-being. For those over 60, basmati rice can become a steady part of a realistic routine. It allows familiar dishes to stay on the table while gently reducing unnecessary strain. Chosen with care, prepared simply, and enjoyed in sensible portions, it helps meals feel light, respectful, and manageable. That quiet consistency, repeated day after day, is often what supports the kidneys and the whole body far better than any dramatic change. If kidney health is something you're thinking about, consider staying connected with this channel so you can keep getting simple, practical guidance you can actually use. And I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments how you usually prepare your rice or what questions you have about your daily meals. Your experiences help shape the next videos, and they may help another senior who's facing the same concerns. Number 3, Jasmine rice. For many seniors, jasmine rice is not a stranger at all. It is the rice that has been on family tables for years, the kind that fills the kitchen with a familiar warm scent. Yet, when kidney health becomes a topic, people begin to question even the foods they have trusted the longest. Some worry that jasmine rice might be too simple to be helpful, while others fear it could raise blood sugar too quickly. Those doubts often grow louder than the quiet experience of how the body actually feels after a meal. Jasmine rice has a naturally soft and comforting texture. When cooked well, the grains are tender and slightly sticky, easy to chew and gentle to swallow. This may sound like a small detail, but for adults over 60 who deal with sensitive gums, dry mouth, or a lighter appetite, the ease of eating can decide whether a meal is enjoyed or left half finished. Food that feels kind in the mouth usually feels kinder in the stomach as well. Because jasmine rice is milled, much of the outer layer is removed, which means the levels of potassium and phosphorus are lower than in whole grains. For kidneys that already need to work carefully, that lighter mineral content can be a relief. Instead of facing a heavy load after every meal, the body receives energy in a simpler form. Many older adults notice that meals based on jasmine rice leave them feeling settled rather than swollen or overly full. It is true that jasmine rice tends to have a higher glycemic response than basmati, and that fact often worries people. But numbers on paper do not tell the whole story. The way jasmine rice is eaten changes its effect completely. When it is served with vegetables, a small amount of healthy fat, and gentle protein, the rise in blood sugar becomes slower and more balanced. The plate matters as much as the grain. Jasmine rice also supports a steady routine. Its familiar taste encourages regular meals, and regular meals help seniors maintain strength, hydration, and medication schedules. Skipping food because it feels unappealing can be harder on the kidneys than choosing a simple rice that invites you to eat. Comfort and nourishment do not have to stand on opposite sides. Preparation plays a large role in keeping jasmine rice friendly to the body. Rinsing the grains before cooking removes excess starch and keeps the texture light. Cooking with a little more water, so the rice becomes soft rather than dense, makes digestion easier, especially in the evening. Pairing it with steamed greens, squash, carrots, or a modest piece of fish creates a meal that feels complete without being heavy. There are also habits that can turn jasmine rice into a problem. Sweet toppings, thick sauces, or very salty broths can push blood sugar and sodium higher than necessary. Large late-night portions may disturb sleep and fluid balance. Eating jasmine rice alone without vegetables or protein misses the balance that protects the kidneys. These are not strict rules, only gentle boundaries learned from how the body responds. For seniors who want meals that feel like home, jasmine rice can offer that sense of normal life. It does not promise cures, and it does not need to. Its value lies in helping older adults eat consistently, comfortably, and with a little pleasure instead of fear. When used with attention and paired with simple foods, jasmine rice can support digestion, steady energy, and a calmer daily rhythm. In the end, caring for kidneys is less about chasing perfect foods and more about choosing meals that respect an aging body. Jasmine rice can be part of that respectful approach, a familiar presence on the table that keeps nourishment gentle and realistic. Day after day, those modest choices help protect strength, independence, and the quiet well-being that matters most after 60. Your kidneys don't change overnight, and neither do the habits that support them. These 3 types of rice are not miracle foods, and they don't replace medical care, but they can make everyday meals a little easier on a body that has already worked hard for decades. What matters most is the direction you choose day after day, not a single perfect plate. You don't need to rebuild your entire diet tomorrow. Start with one meal, one small adjustment, and notice how you feel afterward. Pay attention to your energy in the afternoon, to the way your shoes fit in the evening, to the quality of your sleep. Those quiet signals often tell the truth more clearly than any headline on the internet. Simple choices repeated consistently can lighten the load your kidneys carry. A gentler bowl of rice, a little less salt, a bit more balance on the plate. These are modest steps, yet over time, they shape how the whole body functions. Comfort, flavor, and health don't have to compete with one another. They can live together at the same table. If you have been wondering what to eat without turning life into a strict diet, you're not alone. Many seniors are walking that same path, learning how to protect their kidneys while still enjoying familiar foods. Share your thoughts or questions in the comments and tell me what changes you've already tried at home. I'll take those experiences and talk about them in future videos, so this conversation stays practical and focused on real life.